Somalia, which is barely a country. You know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
The Somali community, if I'm lying, you guys stop me. Say I'm lying if I'm lying. We love this country, right? We are here to stay.
Yes.
We're not going anywhere.
Yes.
And we will do whatever other Americans are doing to protect this country and the Constitution of this United States of America.
Yes.
Good night, and God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, has gone ahead to attack an entire demographic of people. He has demonized an entire community, roped them together, and called them garbage. He has even gone ahead to attack one of their own, a duly elected government official in the House of Representatives. Please take a listen.
Mr. President, thank you. The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief.
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also
I
saying
wouldn't be
that
proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, you know, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay? Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Waltz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with, go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. And without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon. I hope. We should throw the hell out of our country. Let me just tell you something. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them? Because many have been no good, and they shouldn't be in our country.
What do you mean by those people? Can you clarify?
The people from different countries that are not friendly to us, and countries that are out of control themselves. Countries like Somalia that have virtually no government, no military, no police. All they do is go around killing each other. Then they come into our country and tell us how to run our country. We don't want them.
How many countries, roughly?
You got to talk up.
she said how many countries?
Is there a list of...
Well, I guess we gave you 19, right? There's probably more than that.
Is that what you mean when you mean third world countries, those 19?
No, I don't think they're all third world, but in many cases they are third world. They're not good countries. They're very crime-ridden countries. They're countries that don't do a good job. They're countries that don't register from the standpoint of success. And we, frankly, don't need their people coming into our country telling us what to do.
When you talk about
and I'm talking about like Somalia, where you have a congressman goes around telling everybody about our Constitution, and yet she supposedly came into our country by marrying her brother. Well, if that's true, she shouldn't be a congressman, and we should throw her the hell out of our country.
And this is despite the fact that the Somali community in the United States of America endorsed President Trump and voted for him in the 2024 presidential election last year.
Thank you, Salman, and good morning again. My name is Faisal Deri, and we're here gathered today with the community leaders, business leaders, and youth leaders from the Somali community and from the Muslim community in Minnesota. And we're gathered here today to fully support and endorse President Trump and J.D. Vance. Some of the key issues of the community are the global wars, and we're for peace. Economic issues, family values and education are some of the critical issues that this community cares. On top of that, this community cares about the economic issues and the inflation.
So Representative Ilhan Omar and Omar Fateh, who are influential politicians in the city of Minneapolis, did not take this line down. Here is what they had to say after Trump uttered those divisive rhetoric. Please take a listen.
I'm not shocked because we know that the president oftentimes resorts to very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist rhetoric when he is trying to scapegoat and deflect from the actual failures that he has himself. We know that this administration has not fulfilled majority of the promises that they've made, whether it is bringing costs down, whether it is the tariffs that are decimating businesses in the United States, whether it is the possible war crimes that his defense secretary is committing. And so to me, it is important for us, one, to remind folks that we are Americans. We're not going anywhere, and we will continue to be in this country. And two, that Minnesotans are resilient, and we will continue to thrive.
It was hurtful, it was shameful, it was disgraceful, but also it was flat out wrong, calling not only our Congresswoman garbage, but calling the entire community garbage, saying they're good for nothing. It is a community that has been resilient, that has produced so much. We are teachers and doctors and lawyers and even politicians taking part of every part of Minnesota's economy and the nation's economy. And so right now, this is nothing more than political theater in time for the midterms in which he wants to rally his base. Language matters, and we know that hateful rhetoric and language leads to action. And right now, our community is afraid. We've seen that our president and ICE has overstepped and has consistently and continuously violated our residents' constitutional rights. And what I mean by that is this going far beyond just immigration enforcement. We've seen residents, U.S. citizens, getting detained and released. And so President Trump made it very clear. He said he wants all Somalis gone, not just a category of them, not just the ones he thinks that are bad, but all Somalis. I've heard from our young people, folks that were born in America that have never seen Somalia. In fact, some whose parents were born in America, reaching out to us saying that they're fearful, that they feel like they have to walk around with their passports because they don't want to be targeted. And in America in 2025, that should not be happening.
And in one of her defenses against President Trump's rhetoric, Ilhan Omar even considered herself as a black, intelligent woman. She said that President Trump is intimidated and afraid of black women that are intelligent. And this is one of the reasons he's going against the Somali community and her in particular. Please take a listen of what she said about that.
Anytime, that he sees a black woman sort of stand up for herself, that is intelligent, that is able to command respect, he wants to go after them and break them down. But he doesn't understand that you can't really bully a black woman, right? We're built different.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to agree with President Trump on a number of things. That is, Somalia is one of the most lawless and utterly dysfunctional countries in the world. This has caused a large exodus out of the state of Somalia into the United States. As you know, the state of Minnesota has one of the largest, if not the largest, Somali populations outside of East Africa. And as a result of that, we have many people who have refused to integrate with American culture and even assimilate with the local people. This breeds a myriad of problems, among them lawlessness. We have a rise in crime and insecurity and very many other social vices, particularly in the state of Minnesota, as I've mentioned. But this is not an excuse to rope in and to demonize an entire group of people. As Omar Fateh has said, the Somali population has contributed largely to the American economy and to the economy of the state of Minnesota. Not all Somalians are evil, not all of them are criminals. There are lawyers, there are doctors, there are politicians, there are pilots, there are very many other people of Somali origin that contribute big and huge to the United States economy. So this is what one of the most famous journalists in the United States of America had to say about this. Please take a listen.
And you know why Minnesota is one of the places that actually outside of East Africa, they have the largest Somali population, is because Minnesota was like a perfect state, frankly, because of the infrastructure, the social services. The Lutherans and Catholic Charities were actually very instrumental in ensuring that refugees came to a place where they would be successful. And Minnesota was that place. The president obviously doesn't understand that the Somali immigrants in Minnesota, the people who came through the program, they came through a legal U.S. admissions refugee program. And so when he is talking of in a very just racist is the only way to describe it, racist and dehumanizing way about an entire demographic of people, he is talking about teachers, healthcare workers, people's friends, families, and neighbors, members of Congress. Right. The derogatory way in which he continues to speak about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar should prompt every single member of the United States Congress, Democrat or Republican, to stand up and say, I just can't get with the racism. That's the very least they could do, regardless if you think you agree with Congresswoman Ilhan Omar or not. What he is doing is racist and it's dangerous. He is putting a target on the back of these folks, and he is using the full weight of the federal government to do so.
In addition to that, other Americans have aired their opinions. Please take a listen of what they think.
Trump has something to say about Somalis again. Yeah, Ilhan Omar responded with facts. Watch this with me. Join me for breakfast.
What we also know is that there is not a single evidence that the president or his coolies have put forth that there are any single resource from taxpayers in Minnesota that has gone to aid and abet terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis not only in Minnesota, but across the country in danger.
This language is not just political. It's actually dangerous, putting people at risk, right? Putting a whole community into targets. Yeah. That's wild to say such things, right? And the idea that Somalis in the diasporas are sending money to some rebels groups, what is this? Who's doing that? What benefit? Yeah. Right? Somalis come here, the next thing they focus on is locking in, learning the language, learning the system, right? Helping their families. That's what they think of, not some random rebel groups. Okay, I'm gonna send you some money. What's the benefit? Appreciate that. How about that? Let's talk about that. This is all a lie, a political game. Chill like that. Chill like that. Yeah.
Watch as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar claps back at Trump brilliantly after he called her garbage.
Have you begun packing your bags for Somalia yet, Congresswoman Omar?
Not going anywhere. No, don't waste your energy on me.
Do you have a message for President Trump?
I will be here probably longer than Trump.
Wait, do you have a message for President Trump?
Like a quarter of his age. Old man losing his mind. I don't know why he's obsessed with me. I hope he gets help.
Who do you think's more garbagey, Omar or the sleepy convict?
My Somali students are not a problem. Racism is a problem. And my Somali friends are not a problem. Islamophobia is a problem. My Somali neighbors are not a problem. The intersection of white supremacy and capitalism is a problem. The president's rhetoric about Somali people is false, disgusting, divisive, racist, Islamophobic. The list goes on and on. The point of these raids in Minneapolis is to harass and terrorize Black people and Muslim people. That's it. That's the entire point. right? There is no reason to be going after the entire Somali community. It has to be about Ilhan Omar. I think it has to be, because she's effective, she's genuine, she has the support and love of her constituents, and the Trump regime just can't stand that. Never mind the fact that she's never taken a cent of Israeli money, and that she was an adamantly against the genocide in Palestine from the very beginning. Ooh!
So ladies and gentlemen, this is a very polarizing and controversial topic. As you know, ICE agents are targeting people who are undocumented. And dear viewers, what is your opinion about this? Should members of the Somali community be targeted and deported back to their country of origin, or should the United States continue to be accommodative to them? Please let me know of what you think about this down in the comment section below. But as always, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also don't forget to leave a comment. You can tell me what I need to do to upgrade our channel, and that would be extremely helpful, as long as it remains totally respectful. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers and peace.